All right, he's a Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst. He's a Sirius XM NBA radio host. He's the New Orleans Pelicans color analyst. That brother be hustling. Antonio Daniels, what up, man?
Yo.
Welcome.
Oh, man. What's up, fellas?
You know we got questions for you.
Yes, and we know you got answers. We put you on the spot. You got answers. We believe you have answers. So you saw it. J.J. Redick, former teammate of Zion Williamson's there in New Orleans. You were there when he, was playing for the team. He calls Zion a detached teammate. What are your thoughts on this? It's been the big story in the league today.
Yeah, that's J.J. Redick's opinion. Like, the thing that's crazy about this is J.J. Redick comes out and he says something about his experience with Zion, and people are asking me my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter because that's how he felt. You know what I mean? He was actually
But what is your opinion about Zion? Because we want to know your opinion. As far as a teammate, is he detached? Because from the outside looking in, I know it's not unusual for a guy to be away from the team, but he is away from the team. Right. And he's only played, it'll be 85 games in 3 years, Antonio. So basically 1 out of 3 seasons. It seems like he's detached. We've read the stories about he's not high on David Griffin. He may not want to stay there. So it seems like from the outside looking in that what JJ said is true.
Again, that's a tough question to answer because all the practices that I've seen Zion at, on the plane, during meals, on the bus, and shoot around, all this stuff, he has not seemed that way. But again, I'm not saying J.J. Redick's wrong because this is what he experienced himself. This is how J.J. Redick felt. You know what I'm saying? So somebody can seem a certain way to me, but when there's someone that's entrenched in it and has to deal with somebody throughout locker room situations, at halftime, when you're coming in and you're down 10 or you're up 10, when the game is over, post-game comments and so on and so forth. Like, I'm not saying J.J. Redick's wrong. I'm saying I value J.J. Redick's opinion, and here's the thing. He doesn't have an axe to grind with Zion, though. That's the thing. He doesn't, my opinion doesn't matter. He doesn't, there are some people that are speaking on this whole matter, and they have an axe to grind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of looking at their opinion sideways. Like, okay, well, you know what? You have an issue here, you have an issue here, or your feelings got hurt here, or whatever it may be. J.J. Redick is just speaking on his experience in New Orleans.
How about this? Just your gut, the way it feels, and the New York Knicks thing, and his ex-2 teammates are playing for the Knicks now, and all that. Just the gut. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to wind up there? Is that what you're feeling like, or you think he'll be a Pelican?
For me, Rob, it comes down to I don't think he'll wind up there until he has to go there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's given no one any implication that he wants out of New Orleans. But what will happen is, because we're in the player-empowered era, anytime something happens that is not status quo, people automatically think about how many guys over the past 2 years or so, how many stars we've said, oh, you know what, they went out. They want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them do.
That's right, that's true. And some of them do. But that's like our go-to. Right. You know what I mean? That's our go-to when someone's not pleased with a certain situation, something that may have happened in the organization or whatever it may be. The next step is, oh, you know what, man, I bet he wants to go. You know what I'm saying? And the difference between Zion and a Damian Lillard or someone like that is Damian Lillard is more seasoned at expressing himself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Damian Lillard has said time after time after time, I'm 10 toes down in Portland. Right, but you know what? Right. People keep asking him every time something happens, well, did you went out now? Hey, they traded Robert Covington and Norman Powell. You went out now? Hey, they fired the coach. You went out now? Hey, they traded C.J. McCollum. You went out now? So it's like that's our constant go-to.
Rob and I have said, we'll just ask you your opinion. Yeah. Him not reaching out to CJ. Now, apparently he has reached out to CJ since CJ made the comment that he did reach out to him. What's your thought of that? Is that a big deal? Is that like, wow,
or is
a red
he just
flag?
a kid?
I'll tell you, for me,
right.
And I'll be honest, I thought that was different. You know what I mean? I didn't take it as a red flag. I just thought it was different. You know what I'm saying?
So in most cases, you would expect him to have reached out to CJ.
Yes. But I also know CJ. And I've known CJ forever. You know what I mean? I've known CJ for quite some time. And I also know if he didn't reach out to CJ, the thing that CJ will do, CJ will reach out to him. That's what I loved about what CJ said. When he was on with the TNT crew, he pulled no punches, but he was just speaking honestly. Again, he didn't have an axe to grind. He was just being honest. Oh, you know what? I haven't heard from Zion yet. So people's like, oh, man, CJ went in on Zion. No, he didn't. He was just saying that he hadn't heard from him yet, which is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I also know with CJ being CJ, him being as bright and as smart as he is, there's a reason that he is the president of the Players Association, that he would find a way to get in touch with Zion. Some way, somehow, that was going to happen. But there are certain things, fellas, certain things are being made to look bigger than what they are. And I'm telling you this because I know. The whole season ticket thing, where it's like, oh, you know what? Zion's not on it. Because that advertisement was to season ticket holders this season to try to get them to renew for next season. So the reason Zion wasn't on it is because Zion hadn't played this year, and he might not play this season. So people are making bigger things out of this than what it is. But you know what happens? Anytime I say something, it's, oh, he's just being a homer. He's just siding with the Pelicans. No.
That was going to be the next word out of Rob's mouth.
No, it wasn't.
Of course.
No, it wasn't.
Antonio,
no, I don't know.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't think you play that game. There are guys who I'll have to push back on, and Chris knows if they come out doing that stuff. Right. And I get it. You know, like you're advertising to people, and you got to be truthful. He's not playing.
Right.
He's not playing.
But the reason that I struggle with these conversations, not just on you guys' platform, but on different platforms, is people will pick and choose. They have selective hearing on what they want to. Like, we live in a culture that loves the negative, right? So if I do an interview with Zion and he said, man, I love New Orleans, anybody who knows me know that I love New Orleans. You know what the response is? Oh, he's supposed to say that. But if he says, you know what, I want to go, I want to get out, now people run to the bank with that. Right. If I say something positive, the only reason I'm saying something positive is because I'm the New Orleans Pelicans color analyst. You know what I mean?
Let me
I don't work that way.
Mm-hmm. What if he does somehow decide he doesn't want to be there and they lose him? This is obviously hypothetical, whatever. I just said to Chris, would New Orleans still be a viable place to have a franchise if you continue to have guys walk away from that city? I mean, Anthony Davis, and now you would have Zion. How bad would that be for the organization or franchise?
But the thing is, sometimes, so I guess what we should do, you know what we should do? We should just basically collapse the NBA to about 8 teams. Maybe the 2 LA teams, maybe Golden State, Miami, Chicago, New York, Brooklyn. Who else am I missing? Whatever big market team, Miami, that's 8 teams right there. So we should just remove the other 32 teams. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like anytime someone goes to a small market, we do what we can. Their narrative starts then as to why that player should not be in that small market.
They crushed Giannis. They crushed him when he signed that extension in Milwaukee. And if you remember, you'll never win. What a mistake. You should have gone to Miami, blah, 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 blah. And all the guy did was win a championship.
Right. Exactly. They crushed him because he chose to stay in a small market.
Yep.
It's funny how it works. All you hear is Damian Lillard, hey, he needs to leave Portland. He needs to leave Portland. Would they be making these same comments if Damian Lillard was playing with the Lakers or if Damian Lillard was playing with the Knicks? Like, I don't know how many times I've heard Damian Lillard need to go to the Knicks. Zion need to go to the Knicks. Maybe we should just completely remove 22 teams out the NBA and keep the 8 large market teams in the NBA, because it seems like now it's Donovan Mitchell. Would Donovan Mitchell want to get out of there?
That's what they're waiting on, right, Chris?
That is the talk. That is
the next talk. Yep.
Exactly.
But
So It's like if you're a star and you're drafted into a small market, you're constantly swimming upstream. It's almost like being recruited to a small school with other big schools recruiting you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, if you come here, we can offer you this, and we can offer you this, and we can offer you this, and like. But the media runs with that narrative constantly, though. That's the part that's different to me.
All right, that's our man Antonio Daniels keeping it real. We appreciate you, man.
You know it.
For sure. I appreciate you, fellas.
Yep. Peace.